to Wednesday of Holy Week. We talked about Palm Sunday, and we've talked about how Jesus had many confrontations on Monday and Tuesday. And I only got the surface of that in the Bible. If you want to learn more about this, you need to go through your Gospels and start reading about Palm Sunday and on and what happens. Today, we are going to talk about the betrayal of Jesus, or some call it Spy Wednesday. This is when Judas meets with the Sanhedrin and bargains for Jesus' life. This is when the plot begins to crucify Jesus. Remember, on Sunday, they were pulling out the red carpet for Jesus when he came into Jerusalem. On Monday and Tuesday, he was walking around talking about how people weren't living the life that God had for them. He was showing them ways that they could do better. Mostly he was showing the Pharisees, the priests, the ways that they were moving the people into sin, into not the best life for them. So have you ever been betrayed by a friend or a spouse or a family member? And then how did you feel? Were you like, how could that person ever betray me? But what we need to remember in all of this is that back at the beginning of time, there was this beautiful angel in heaven, Lucifer. And Lucifer wanted to be better than God. So Lucifer got kicked out of heaven by God. And by being kicked out of heaven, he got into the minds of a third of the angels that were up in heaven, in the most glorious place ever. And he got in their minds and he tricked them. He tricked angels. And so all of them were cast out of heaven and down onto the earth. So what do you think they do here on earth? You think they just sit around and do nothing and they just wait for the end of time because they're really happy about the way that their life ended up? No. Have you ever done something so stupid? You let the devil get in your head? You let the devil ruin a relationship? Maybe you were the one that betrayed somebody else. You were the one that betrayed somebody else. I've been there. And you lost your home, and maybe you lost your family, and maybe you lost all kinds of this good, beautiful people and things. And then you got angry. You got angry at everybody else. Because you couldn't see that you were the one that was in the wrong. You were the one that betrayed. So people left you. Now you're angry and you're going to take it out on other people. Well, if we on earth as people can do that, what do you think these fallen angels can do? Jesus came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And so did all of his little demons. Those fallen angels are demons. And they have nothing better to do than to make your life miserable. And you have one job. Your job is to not let them. Your job is to walk away from sin. Your job is to recognize when the devil does this and to walk away. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to get more into your Bible. You need to get into some classes. You can ask me. I can help you. I'm have messages on this, and I will have more messages on that. But at any rate, if we go into Matthew 26, 1 through 5, it says, when Jesus had finished saying all these things, he said to his disciples, so he's going through and he's telling them all the things. They actually just ended with the sheep and the goats that we talked about yesterday. So all the things to know about people that are doing right and people that are doing wrong. So when Jesus had finished saying all these things to his disciples, as you know, the Passover is 2 days away, and the Son of Man will be handed over to crucifixion. The disciples didn't know that. Jesus had been telling them that, but they didn't get that. They were like, why would you be handed over to crucifixion? We just had a couple of days ago, where people were laying the red carpet out for you. Surely this is not going to happen. Then the chief priests and the elders of the people assembled in the palace of the high priest, whose name was Caiaphas. And they schemed to arrest Jesus secretly and kill him. But not during the festival, they said, because that will cause a riot among the people. In John 13:2, it says, the evening meal was in progress, and the devil had already prompted Judas, the son of Simon, to betray Jesus. The devil had schemed, got into Judas's mind to betray Jesus. Then it goes on to say in John 13:18, he who has shared my bread has turned against me. Jesus is saying that at this dinner. He who has shared in my bread will betray me. And then he was so brokenhearted about it, he says it again in 21. Truly, I tell you, one of you is going to betray me. Jesus knew what was going to happen. He knew all of this had to happen in order for the prophecies to be fulfilled about him, in order for him to come and die for us. Die for us. The people that betray. The people that hurt. He died for us. We in no way, shape, or form deserve Jesus' love. Sorry. That just came on. We don't deserve it. He knew what we were going to do, the scheming that we were going to do, the betrayal that we were going to do. He knew that before he died for us on the cross. That is amazing. And when you wrap your head around this kind of stuff, you just can't help but just be in such awe of him. Judas was used as Satan's instrument because he allowed the enemy to drive a wedge between him and Jesus. Because Judas didn't take his thoughts captive, the devil succeeded in tainting his view of Jesus. They didn't start off as enemies, didn't start off as betrayal. Judas was a disciple. Judas had walked with Jesus. Judas had learned so much about Jesus. But somewhere in there, Jesus did something or said something that Judas did not agree with. And because he didn't agree with it, the devil quickly came into his mind and tainted his relationship, took his thoughts captive. Are you depressed? Are you anxious? The devil has taken your thoughts captive. Can you not forgive somebody for what they've done for you? The devil has taken your thoughts captive. Anything can happen at any moment that we can feel a betrayal from somebody else. and the devil will take our mind captive. When you realize that the things that people are doing to you is not that person, it's the devil, and the devil is coming to destroy you for whatever you're doing, when you realize that, it's a whole game changer. You look at people a different way. You can forgive them because you know it's not them that did this. You know that they were weak and they let the devil come in and do this. Now I have pity on people that behave a certain way. Do I get upset? Yeah, I'm human. The human flesh in me gets upset. But once I get over that, I just have pity. Because why be mad at somebody that the devil has taken captive? They're already in chains. I want to see people freed. Jesus wants to see people freed. That's why Jesus died on the cross for you and me. See, Jesus spent Monday and Tuesday telling people that they needed to change the way that they were living or they were going to go to hell. And because he did that, it didn't make him popular anymore. And because he did that, the devil got into the minds of a lot of people and they felt betrayed by him. So Sunday, the red carpet's being laid out for Jesus. Friday, he is crucified in an awful death, which we're going to go on to Thursday and Friday. And we're going to talk about what happens the next 2 days. And I'm going to tell you, Friday's brutal. I'm not going to be nice about this. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I don't care if people follow me. I'm on an assignment from God. He has told me to do this. So I'm sorry if you get offended by anything that I have said or will say. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to have you see the light so you will find Jesus in your life. All right, I hope you learned something today. I hope you have a blessed day. And let's get ready for a fun Thursday and Friday, because there will be more of just telling the truth.